I'm here at the Barrett US Open with someone that's a personal hero of mine, I think, for ladies across the country who snowboard. Barrett, Christy, kind of need no introduction. Girl has won every big contest out there in all of the realms of snowboarding, from bank slalom to big air to slopestyle to half pipe. Barrett, what are you doing here today?
Oh, I'm just hanging.
just hanging.
Great intro. Thank you, Ashley.
Well, listen, I mean, when we first met, I mean, I think my jaw was on the floor, and I don't even think I could make words out when I saw this girl for the first time at X Games a couple years ago. But Barrett, not only, did you really kind of set the bar when it comes to progression for women's snowboarding, but then you also kind of took up something completely different, which is making the boards a lot of us ride on and have ridden on for over 20 years. So can you just speak to your pro model, which is now of legal age, can we just say, over 20 years of this pro model?
Yeah, I've really lucked out. I feel like so much of snowboarding is being with the right people and being with supportive brands, and my first sponsor was LibTech and GNU Snowboards, and I was lucky enough to get involved designing a board that I could ride when I was competitive, and that has evolved over the years into an extensive women's line that I have the good fortune of directing the development of.
And if we're not talking about just one board, I mean, there's so many different choices for women, and you've really been doing that for years now. So we have so many different options, and not just for the pros like Jamie Anderson, but then also just for people that want to go out and cruise for the day. So I mean, there's a lot to choose from.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's 12 plus women's GNU girls boards. We have a few boards in the LibTech line as well that are women friendly, and it's nice to work with girls like Jamie because they're, I know if a board performs for her, then we can take that, like the premium performance board, and trickle down that technology into some of our lower price boards and entry level boards, and yeah, I mean, I ride them all, and it's pretty awesome to have powder boards, carving boards,
and
slope style pipe boards,
and they're all specific to women, and that's a big difference than how it was 10, 15 years ago. And so how has it changed a little bit? I mean, obviously, here you were winning big air events and winning half pipe events and winning slope style events. So how has it changed, especially being part of the first snowboarding team for the Olympics for the U.S. When you're watching the Olympics just recently, what's the biggest thing that you've seen that's changed?
Oh my gosh, I mean, it's so different. I'm glad that I got to experience the first Olympic Games with snowboarding in it, but it's evolved a ton. I mean, the pipes have gotten bigger, the courses have gotten bigger, the jumps are definitely bigger, but they're better built too, and so riders have been able to progress with really good jumps and transitions, and I mean, the girls have, they've closed the gap. There's a lot of progression right now with the women snowboarding, and it seems like it's surging more than ever.
Right, I would completely agree with you on that. And today we have the opportunity to see the half pipe finals. They're going to kick off at 11 o'clock. So for people out there that are watching this morning, maybe this is their first time experiencing the U.S. Open or a snowboarding event in just of any kind. What would you say to them about coming out and actually experiencing it in person?
Yeah, I took a run through the slopestyle course yesterday, and you don't even realize how steep those landings are and how big those jumps are until you're here. And even from down here, you can see it, but it's impressive. And the viewing areas are great to just check out everything on the big screen or be right at the bottom of the half pipe and see it in person.
I mean, it's kind of contagious. You kind of get that fever.
I'm a fan. I want to be at these events because it's exciting, and I like being around it.
Well,
it's inspiring.
You're inspiring, and we're a big fan of you, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. So listen, come out with the Olympians and with the champions of women's snowboarding, and make sure to check out the event at 11 a.m. But if you can't be out there, we're going to be broadcasting it live right here on TV8 Vail. But stay with us. We still have more headed your way live from the Barrett US Open.